Have you checked the children? You're a little mad sometimes.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
Sometimes. That is better.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Horror Show. I'm Cecil Laird.
Robert Duell.
And we are here to continue our quarantine review series of The Howling with The Howling Part 6, The Freaks, this one's called, yeah. And this was one also requested by our patron, Seth T. Miller. He requested 3 Howling movies, 1, 5, and 6, and wouldn't you know, those are the only 3 Howling movies that I could possibly recommend you guys watching. Actually, that's not true. I might actually be willing to recommend Reborn too, but we'll see when we get there. Well, I still haven't fully decided yet. But this is another entry that's at least enjoyable enough for what it is that I would be able to recommend it. I liked Freaks. I mean, it wasn't exclusively about a wolf, but I liked the wolf drifter story arc. I'm not sure I fully like everything about the carnival ran by a vampire aspect of the Freak Show, but I liked some of the freaks, and I thought it was interesting to have a werewolf intermingling amongst the freaks and everything. So there was enough about this movie that I liked. I think I might like 5 just a little bit better story-wise. Actually, probably a lot better story-wise, but just a little bit better overall. This one, we definitely got more effects stuff than we did in the last one and the last few, quite frankly. So, I don't know, I'm kind of torn on this one. It's not a bad one. It's my 3rd favorite of all the ones that we watched. Yeah, I don't know. Overall, it's worth a watch. That's what I can say about it. What about you?
I like it, honestly. This has been one of the Howling movies that I've always liked to rewatch.
Okay.
And a lot of it has to do with like Bruce Payne. I've always been a fan of his. So getting to see him again as that slimy, villain vampire and everything, that was cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever watched Full Eclipse.
Mm-mm.
No, it was a werewolf movie and everything, and he played a werewolf and whatnot. It was cool.
Huh, okay.
Mario Van Peebles was in that.
Oh, okay.
That was a cool one. Yeah, but going back, so basically, I love this movie. I've watched it numerous times. The makeup was cool. I actually liked the way they made the werewolf look.
Yeah.
I wasn't disappointed with it, because you could tell they tried something new, but they had some money to put behind it, but they definitely put it towards the creatures. Yeah. And that was the best.
Yeah, I thought the alligator boy actually looked pretty good too. So.
Yeah, I really liked his character.
Yeah, it was surprising. So why don't you hit the story for everyone, if you wouldn't mind?
So basically, the story is about a drifter passes through this town and basically comes upon this church helping this man start to rebuild it. Months go by and everything, and then this carnival comes through town, and people start disappearing. But it comes to find out that Bruce Payne and our drifter character have a long history together. Mm-hmm. And basically, that's really the short and sweet of the story. Yeah. Because it's definitely worth the watch. So I don't want to talk too much about it, because really the whole story is going to be a spoiler.
Okay. I did like the acting in this. I thought everyone did a pretty good job, especially the core family. The father and the daughter and the drifter. I thought they were all pretty good. I liked most of the freaks as well. Especially the alligator boy, but yeah, I thought the acting was pretty well solid through the whole thing. What about you?
I'm kind of there with you. There were some times, especially like the line delivery was a little wanky for me, mm-hmm. especially in the beginning, like when they're kind of talking trash to him when he first gets into town.
Yeah.
That was kind of a little off place, mm-hmm. But for the most part, no, everyone held their own pretty well. Our core dynamic, those people were definitely the best of it. Bruce Payne definitely shines as his villain character. So
yeah, I thought he was appropriately mustache twirly in this. I thought, the whole thing was pretty fun. There's a particular moment that I was fond of because I I hadn't seen this in so long, I didn't know if we were going to get a cat death scene, but it ended up being more of a save the cat scene instead, which I liked. So I did like that, and I don't know. There wasn't much for me that was remarkable about the music in this, or the cinematography. Pretty basic stuff, but the effects, again, I think the effects are worth harping on just a little bit, because more so than the wolf, in my opinion, because I still to this day am not the biggest fan of the wolf man look, like where he's kind of just a teen wolf made up kind of thing. Even the Wolfman look in the Benicio del Toro Wolfman, it's like it's meant to be a throwback to the original Universal monster Wolfman, I know, but I much prefer the snouted werewolf look. So when he's kind of transformed like that, he looks to me like he's half baked, like half transformed, and it doesn't look right or scary or ominous at all. So it doesn't really get to me at times. So I don't know. It's kind of a mixed bag on the effects for me. It's a werewolf movie. I should like the werewolf effects the most, but turns out I like a lot of the freaks a lot more in this one.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I personally enjoyed the way they made the werewolf look.
Yeah.
I'm like, too many times when these with the actual wolf head and everything, sometimes they over exaggerate things way too much, and then it gets really goofy.
Mm-hmm.
Like Dog Soldiers, for one, did it perfectly.
Yeah.
Like I thought that design was great.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, it's like, I don't know. I'm not really. I like my werewolves, but I'm not so picky on that regard.
Okay, that's fair.
So, but though for Bruce Payne, like for his vampire, looked sweet.
Everyone can see that to the right. That's what the picture I used as the background of the review. I think it was interesting. He looked like he was straight out of Clive Barker's what's that movie? The one in the cemetery with Median. Why am I blanking on the story?
Oh my God, Nightbreed.
Yeah, he looked like he was at a Nightbreed, didn't he?
I can see that. Yeah, I would have actually did pretty well on that.
Yeah, exactly. So it looked like a little bit from a different movie, because he was so, like, the freaks were all just sort of differently abled humans, so to speak. You know what I mean? Whereas he was like something else entirely. Felt like from another movie to me. So I don't know. It felt a little bit weird, but it still looked cool enough.
The freaks, though, were really believable. Yeah. I thought they were played off. But one thing I really had to laugh. There's one scene and everything with the half man lady with the boobie and everything.
Yeah.
We're going through watching that and everything. She just gets shot with an arrow. I'm like, oh, right through that teddy.
Right through the one.
Yeah, I know. It's like a perfect shot. It's like, well, that wasn't even a heart shot, but okay.
So yeah, I mean, overall, Freaks wasn't bad. I mean, it had an interesting enough villain, an interesting enough protagonist and story, and definitely interesting side characters. So with the Howling movies, it's definitely in the upper echelon, unfortunately, for the Howling movies. But again, it's in my opinion, it's my third favorite of the ones that we watched. So yeah, I'd be curious to know what your guys' thoughts are. Let us know in those comments down below. And as always with these reviews, if you really like it, let me know the last time you actually watched it as well, so we have a frame of reference. Because nostalgia goggles can play a big factor in these horror movies I'm finding as I'm going back through a lot that I watched as a kid. And they do not hold up like I thought. But this is one that actually is enjoyable. So yeah, like I said, let us know in the comments down below what you thought. If you enjoyed the video, click the like button and subscribe to make sure you don't miss, as of right now, what's going to be our last review in this series, because we are next up in the list is technically the Howling 7 New Moon Rising. However, that is not gettable on DVD or Blu-ray or digital VOD. The only way I can get it, I just looked, there's one person on Etsy that's offering a VHS for $35. So if I want to get that, I can get that and go dig out my old computer monitor and VHS player, hope it still works from like 15 years ago, and give it a try. I might have to resort to that just because of the completionist in me and the desire to rank the series. But if you guys happen to know of a better place that we can get our hands on the movie to watch, I would love to know. Please let us know. And until then, we are going to review instead The Howling Reborn, which was sort of the reboot of the series in like 2012 or something like that.
Yeah, it was their attempt.
Yeah, it was their attempt.
Burned like a dumpster fire.
So, any final thoughts on 6 from you, Robert?
For those that don't know, this is actually based off of the 3rd book in the trilogy of the Howling. So we have obviously the Howling 2, Your Sister's Werewolf, is based off the 2nd book, and then Freaks is played off of the 3rd book.
I didn't actually know that. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm still, like I said, I'm still trying to find those books.
All right. Well, interesting.
Hard things to find.
once you do, I definitely want to get your reviews on them. So, all right, guys. So we're back, and we never really left, but now we're in different clothes because we had a technical difficulty and cut off the close out of the review. So that's gonna do it for our thoughts on the Howling 6 Freaks or the Freaks. Why don't you guys let us know what your thoughts are in those comments down below? But until next time, I've been Cecil Laird.
Now, brother Duell.
And remember, guys, and thank you again to our patron, Seth T. Miller, for requesting this one. But until next time, remember, guys, stay scared.
Stay scared.